Welcome, devs, to your favorite channel, Ivy Mesa. This is your YouTube channel where you learn how to grow as a front-end web developer and to becoming from zero to becoming a full-stack web developer. So today I'll be doing another challenge from Frontend Mentor. It's called the Workit Landing Page. There you can see this is the landing page for the month of March 2023. But this one is a premium challenge, so if you want to have access to do this challenge, remember, just have to subscribe to Frontend Mentor premium challenges. But they are quite reasonable. At a very few cost to you, you'll be able to complete this challenge. So you can see now, this is what the challenge is demanding from us. We are going to make a Working It landing page using HTML and CSS. Yes, you heard me right. This is HTML and CSS. There it is. Also, you can look for tablet view. We've got a different view for tablets. So I'll be doing this using HTML and CSS. Yes, you heard me right. You'll be completing this challenge using HTML and CSS. Then we got the mobile view for using HTML and CSS. Remember, devs, if you want to grow as a front-end developer to reach your career goals, get hired and get promoted, do consider Zero to Mastery Academy. They're an online course which offers some offers some tutorials for free. Others are for paid courses. But remember, they've got a power purchasing party, so they will give you discount if you come from countries with a lower GDP per capita. So if you want to buy the courses, or if you want to join the Zero Academy, just use the links that I've pasted inside the description, and then you will remember, any course you buy comes at no extra cost to you, just that I get a commission from every sale that I make. So without wasting your time, let's get in. Today we are using Sublime Text. Here I have the index file, and remember, I've linked up to some CSS file from line 14 to line 15. So without wasting your time, now let's get on inside our body. First of all, I'm going to create a header, which I will give a class name header. Then inside the header, I'm going to create another div. No, before I go, let me highlight something to you that is very important. I've got some root color codes that I've saved inside the root. Then also I've got some global. So I've got some common global classes that I've done, like I've styled the image class, I've styled the button class, I've also styled the primary button class that you can see here, and also I've done some global classes like section center that you can see there. So I'll be calling upon these classes as we continue in our styling. So remember, now I'm doing another div which I shall call section center, and then we gonna have to use another second class name that we shall call header center. Now inside the header center, I'm going to add a nav, which shall call nav bar. This is a class name for nav bar. Then let's have a div which we shall call logo container. So I'm going to first of all add inside the logo container, I'm going to add an image. Then this one is inside the, remember, going backwards since we're in a subfolder, so we're going backwards inside the access folder. Then we're gonna go inside the images folder. Then I'm going to put the image is called logo light. Okay, it's called logo light. Yeah, so it's in the format of SVG. So now let me, yeah, then I'll also need an alt text, that this is text that shall appear in case the image fails to load. So we have done this one. Now we are going to create a button. This one is the button that I'm going to add a button with class name btn. Remember, this is coming from global classes. Then let's add another second class name inside this one. I'm going to call it secondary btn. Then I'm also going to call this one nav btn. Then we are going to, yeah, so that's what we have done. Now outside the nav, I'm going to create another div which I shall call hero text. So like this one. So then let's come in and use some h1 text which I shall have inside. I'll call this one hero title. Then let's add inside, I just want to add some span. So now I'm going to collect the data that is going to go, the text that is going to fill inside these h2 tags. Then let's say tailored. Then this one goes there. So we are done with this one. Let's add another button. I'm going to add another button which I shall call upon. The class name is going to be hero btn. Then let's add a second class name btn, and third global class name primary btn. Then so we are done with this one. Let me learn more. So we are done with that one. Okay, so once we are done with this one, let's come outside the closing one. Let's come outside this closing one, and we're gonna create another image div to wrap up another image hero img container. Then let's wrap up. Okay, so this is the image that I want. I'm going to call it image. Let me put in the source of my image. Remember, going backwards, in assets folder, inside the images folder. Okay, this is where I want another image hero. So this one is a web file. Okay, let me have a look at the progress that we have made. If we open our browser, so now this is the image that I've inserted. So I'm going to use out to display the text that will appear in case the image fails to load up. This one comes there. So this is it for the header. So now I'm going to create another new section which I shall call section, which I shall have to give it a unique class name. I'll give it a class name using global classes of section. Then let's add a second class name. I'll call it features section. Now that's it. So inside the div, I'm going to create another new first div that we are going to set out. We're going to set out a new first div. The name of the first div is called section center. These are global classes. Section center. Let's insert and let's give it a second class name. I'll give it features center. Then let's create another new class name which I shall call div features container. Okay, let's put out some commenting out. Okay, I want to comment out something that is very important. This is a single feature. Okay, we have commented out this one. So now let's come inside. In first of all, I'm going to add an article which shall have a class name of feature. Then let's now add div dot feature num. Then let's start by this one is the one that is going to go there on div num1. Then let's add another div which I shall call dot feature info. Then we are going to have h2 text there. So the h2 text that I'm going to use are called feature title. Then h2 text feature title. Then let's add actionable insights. Then let's add paragraph. I'll call this one feature text. Then let's come and drag the content that is going there. This is the content that will go there. Yeah, maybe if I can, yeah, put the closing paragraph there. Then so this is it for the article. Now let's go outside the article, and we are going to start off by creating another new commenting out, which is very important. I'm going to say the commenting out I want to write end of single feature. So let's create. Okay, so I'm going to just duplicate the feature class. I'm going to duplicate the feature class so that this is what we're going to do. We're going to duplicate this one. So where are we going to start and where are we going to end? We're going to start this here and we end there, and we copy this one. Okay, let me 2 1 1. So this is the end of single feature. Yeah, we're done with this one. So let me come and put in some like this one. So let me replace the contents where it should go. This one, number 1, will be replaced by div feature num2. Then div feature info, we have got data driven decisions. So I need to collect this one. Then let's replace this one. So this is the end of a single feature. Let's come and look at how everything now looks inside our browser. If I reload the page, there you can see the text is coming out correctly. So let's come inside our icon. So this was the end of this section. So let's open another new section, which I shall call section again. You may be wondering where is all this styling coming out from. If you look at this styling, you might be asking me, Ivan, where is this styling coming? It's coming out because we have got already set some global classes that these are the global classes that we are using there. So do not confuse yourself. Okay, so this one I'm going to set it to author section. Div. Let's start off by creating another one that we shall call section. Or I can just copy it, since everything looks the same, I can just copy this one. Let me copy it to where it ends. Copy it, then we paste it there. But since they are okay, but we don't want too many, so I'm going to delete the last article. Now let me come in and replace the word author. Okay, this one. Now div section center author center, replace this one with this one. Then once we are done with this one, we now go on to open another new div, which we shall call author container. Replace features with author container. Now inside the author container, I'm just going to first of all create a div for containing the image. Div dot author img container. Then let's come inside and insert our image. Okay, so for the image, I'm going to use the previous one that we used, this one. Copy it and you paste it inside. Let's just change the name of the image. The name of the image will become image founder. Yeah, in case the image does not load up. Okay, in case the image does not load up, I need to find some. Let me just say founder, in case the image does not load up. So now I'm done with the class. For now, we are going to open another new div. For here, we need to erase this class name. This is just simplifying your work. So now let's also, we want to remove this div for now. So feature becomes author. Okay, author. Okay, like this. So now it's now author info. H2 tags. We need the author title. Then let's go and collect the author title. Be the first. Okay, let's just cut this one and paste it there. Then we want the author text here. Author text, yeah, like this one. So let's come and collect this author text. Okay, you come and you have it here. Then author text. So now I want to have a button. Let's come and collect how we start a button at the top. There it is. Copy it. I'm going to add a button. So for the button, we are going to call it, we don't want to call it hero, we want to call it button between primary button and other button. Other button. So now let me come and cut this text and we just replace it there. This is apply for access. Now let's add another image. After the closing button text, I'm going to add another image. So let me call this image author info img, so like this one, so that we're gonna put in some source of our image. It's in backwards assets folder images slash, the name of the image is called bj pattern. Then so the name of the image called bj pattern 3 is in the svg format. So in case the image fails to load, let's say author info, yeah, like this one. So this is how we close. Let me come and check the progress that we have made. If I reload my page, there you can see the using our global classes, the direction is already shaping. But if I come and look at my desktop design, you can see that there are three there. So we need to add another article. So this article. So if I see this is where it ends, so I need to say copy. So now let's come and cut, and we replace the second. Then we take also this one. Then we replace this one. Okay. So now let me take a look for my design. Oh, they can see I've added the third article. So now you can see from the design, I now want to work out on the footer. So let's come inside our design and let's add the footer. Outside the closing section, I'm going to come here and say section dot footer. Okay, no, it's not a section, we need it as a footer with a class name of footer. Then let's come and create another div which I shall call footer center. Then let's create the first div which I shall call logo container. Then let's set out the image. Dot class name assets. Then let's add the images folder. Then above all, I'm going to have it, this one is a logo dot doc. It's an SVG format. Then we want the text that will appear in case the logo fails to load. It's called this is the text that will appear in case the logo fails to load. This is the text. Now we have got this one. Now let's start by styling the div, which I shall call social icons. Then let me have it container. So these are the social, I'm adding containers using the hyperlink. So I'm going to have the first one is a social. I'm going to give them class name of social icon. So now let's add an image. Since we are going backwards, we are going to set its assets images. Then since there are 3 icons there, so I'm going to copy them 3 times. So now let's social icon. Now let's work on the icon, the names. This one is called icon Facebook dot svg. Then the next one, icon Twitter, is also in svg. So then the last one is called icon what is this one is in Instagram. The spelling of Instagram is like this. So this one is also in svg image. So I've done 3 images. Now let me comment. Okay, this one failed to load, so we might want to verify. Okay, it's logo dark like this one. Yeah, that's the correct spelling. Now let's come here and check. Why is it not loading this image? .svg. Okay, yeah, the image has now come up. So you can now see, using global classes that we have declared, we did this one. So I'm now going inside my CSS filing to put some perfection so that this solution looks very great as expectations of our challenge. Now let's go inside our main CSS. We're going to start off here. So to start off here, I'm going to add the header. We're going to style the head. Okay, we're going to start off by styling the header. For the header, I'm going to start off by styling the header. So let's have text align center, then color variable white position relative and transition. Let's use a variable of transition, and if we do this and we reload our page, there you can see yes, just like is what is being ordered by the solution. Okay, yes. Now nextly, I'm going to style the header to before. On the header before, I'm going to set content to empty, position absolute, set index -1, top, left, right, bottom, and I'm going to set everything to 0. Background color, we want a very dark purple, and the clip of Eclipse. Let's take a look at how the solution. There you can see the solution is now like this one. Now I'm going to style the header center. Okay. So I set the padding top 2 rems, padding bottom 9.75, padding margin bottom 9.5 rems. Then to make it responsive, I'm going to use position relative. Let me come and check. Yeah, there you can see everything. Let me continue styling. Now let us style the nav bar using some properties: display flexi, justify content, space between align items to center, and let's set the margin bottom 4 rems. After styling this one, we are going to style nextly the hero image container. For the hero image container, I'm going to set position absolute bottom 0, left 50%, translate along the x-axis. Here we are setting along the x-axis vertical or horizontally -50, vertically 50%, then width we're going to set 100%, then the margin maximum width of 420 pixels. Then after styling that one, we're now going to style the hero text. For the hero text, that using hashtags, we're setting the hero title to color white, font weight 8600, font size 50 pixels, and then line height 50 pixels, margin width auto 0% auto, and like that one. Let's have a look at how the solution now looks like. Okay, let's continue styling. Now I want to style the spans inside the hero title. Then I'm setting it to position relative. Then after, we're setting the content to empty, position absolute, border bottom 3 pixels solid with a variable color code of a color captures. Then I'm setting the left and right to 0, border bottom 3 pixels, 3%. Yeah. Now let me style the button using the class name hero btn. I'm setting the font weight 700, font size 16 pixels, line height 32 pixels, letter spacing -0.618, then padding 0.75, and bottom and right, then sideways left and right 1.5 frames. Then after setting this one, now going for mobile responsive. Then for mobile responsive is a different for tablet view of maximum pixels, minimum pixels of 768 pixels. I've changed the background image of the header, and then for the header center, we're going to change the margin bottom as well as the padding bottom. Then the nav bar, we are going to set the margin bottom to 3.5 frames. Then hero image container, we are setting the maximum width of 514 pixels. Then the hashtags inside the hero title, we are setting the font size 60 pixels, line height 60 pixels, like this one. Let me come and then we are going for another mobile view of big screens. Then this is it for mobile screens of large screens. I'm changing the background image for the header Then header center, we are changing it. Padding bottom, margin bottom, we are setting new values. Then the image, hero image container, we are setting a maximum of 760 80 pixels. Then transform translate along the x-axis -50, y-axis 40%, as well as the hero button. I decided to change this to font size 18, line height 32 pixels, letter spacing -0.18, then padding bottom 0.75, then sideways 0.75 rams. So this is it for large screens. If I come and reload my page, let me, okay, there we are. There you can see it's taking shape. There you can see the lovely work is taking shape, but you can see that the footer also still needs to be styled for large screens. Now we're going to style the features section. Then this is for the features section. Then there you can see the features section, the positions relative, set index 2, background color, ghost white, clip path, eclipse. Then you're going to set a margin bottom of -30 rams, padding top 30 rams, margin bottom for the features section 6.25, then margin bottom 4.235. So when you're done styling this one, now I'm going to style the features container. I'm setting display to grid in a gap of 2.5 rams, top and bottom and sideways 0. Then I'm going to go on the feature style. Let's set display to grid, justify content center, gap 1.5 rams, text aligned to the center. Then we style also the num, the display inline flex, justify content center, border radius 50% to make it circular, border 1 pixel solid, dark grays, color font weight 600, width 300 rams, height 3 rams, font size and line height of 36 pixels. Let's come and have, after these super changes, our design must look close to the design as possible. Here we are. Oh, there you can see this is a lovely work that we have done there. Okay, and now I need to add some more. Then for the features title, I've set the margin 0, font size 28 pixels, line height 36, margin bottom 1 rem. Then the margin is to 0, font size 16 pixels and line height 28 pixels. Let's come and view it from how the design will look. Oh, there you can see the. Now I'm going to start the more tablet view features section. Padding, I'm getting 6.5 rams. Then the features, I wanted to display grid template columns, auto, gap 0.2, align items to center, then text align left. Then after styling this one, let's now go for large screens, that is 980 pixels. I'm going to style the feature text using font size of 18 pixels, line up. This is more like increasing the visibility on large screens. Then let's also style the feature title, font size 32 pixels, line height 40, margin bottom 28. Then also let's style the features center, bottom and padding and margin bottom 10.75, 6.875. Then if you are styling this one, you can also style the features container and then also style the features num. There it is. Then let's come and look at how the design now looks like. Or they can see we have used the grid display to shift everything so that it looks good on large screens, like the changes that we have done. Now I'm going to start the author class name. As you can see from the author, I'm going to set the container position relative. Then on the card author info, let's change the background color to dark purple, text align center, position relative, margin -53 pixels, padding 2 rams and z index 2. Then let's also go on to change the author title color variable white and also style the font size and the line height. Then also let's come inside the color to variable white, margin 0. Then margin bottom 1.5 rams, font size. Then we style the auto button using this set of properties, and then we set the image to display none. Then if I come here and reload my page, oh, there you can see now I still need to do some. there are still some styling that we need to apply before we go on to the footer. As you can see, now I'm setting the image container margin auto 0 with 281 pixels and height of 281 pixels. If I go on to like tablet views of minimum width of 768 pixels, I'm going to change the height of the auto container, and then the auto image container class position is 0, let's set top 0 and left 0. Then let's now go on to the author info position absolute, and you set the bottom 0, right 0, width 75 pixels and overflow visible. If I also style the author info image percent absolute, right 0%, transform it along the y-axis minus 50%. Let's also style the font size of 48 pixels 58, and then above all, I'm now going to style it for large screens like TVs. Let's change the author container, author image container. Let's also change the properties of author info. Let's change the properties of author title, giving also new properties for author text, giving new properties for author info image, then giving new properties for author btn. So this is what would do it for large screens. So now I'm just going to reload my page. Oh, there you can see, lovely. Our solution is taking shape. Now I want to style the footer. Now we're going to style the footer. Let's call it footer star, then closing brackets for the. Now for the footer, I'm going to start off by styling the class name footer. Okay, in small letters, footer. Let's set the padding to the top 74 pixels. Then let's set the padding bottom 64 pixels. Then I also want to style the footer center class name. Let me give it a height of 102 pixels. Then let me give it a margin of 0 top and bottom, then sideways auto. Let's display flexi. Then let's set flexi direction column. Then let's justify content to space between then also let's align items to the center. Then okay, so that's it. Then I'm going to style nextly the social icon, this one. Copy. Social icon. Okay, let's come and paste it there. Social icon, let's have a background of none. Then border, I want to remove the border by setting it to none. Then let's have a padding all over of 0. Then so once we are done with this one, nextly I want to style the social icon on hover. Social icon on hover. So when I hover through, I want the cursor to be a pointer. Then after styling this one, let's start the social. Okay, let's start social icons container. Okay, let's start the social icons container. Let's set it display flexi. Then okay, let's have a gap of 28 pixels. Then let me put in some mobile responsiveness using media queries at media screen and minimum width of 768 pixels. Let's set the footer. Padding top, let's give it 80 pixels. Padding bottom, 120 pixels. Then I also want to make some changes for large screens on as well on the footer media screen. Let me set it and minimum width of large screens. These are televisions, 1110 pixels. What am I going to do? I'm going to put in some few changes. I'm going to set the footer to padding top and padding bottom. Padding top, let's give it 60 pixels. Then padding bottom, I'm going to set it to 110 pixels. So this was it for the screens. Now I'm going to let's have a look at the final say. This was our design. There you can see the footer automatically changed. So this was it, guys, for the challenge of Workit landing page on Frontend Mentor. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe my videos. Thank you very much. See you on the next video.